Now we lead the revolt. Show you how to move when the scammers are sold. Buy it, stash it, flip it, hold. ILCA teach the game they never told. Beginners to vets, you belong in this fight. Hackers in the dark, we bring the light. 5 nights running, it's your only shot. Show up or forever stay locked in that spot.
No fee, no selling, just truth and transformation. 5 nights, 1 destiny.
Step into the future, it's calling you. 5 days to know what the pros all do. Bitcoin's a spark, but the fire is wide. Crypto and blockchain, now's your right. To Casa, the Queen connectress unlocks the doors to your success. ILCA, 5 days to change from a novice mind to a whole new range. Learn the to explain. Blocks are building the world unseen. Currency flowing like a digital stream. Beginners welcome, no need to fear. Juanita's wisdom will make it clear. 5 days to shift, 5 days to grow. Dive into knowledge, let the future show. The Queen connectress, she's your guide. Step by step to the crypto side. 5 days to change from a novice mind to a whole new range. Learn the keys, unlock the chain. Crypto's your path, no need to explain.
ILCA, 5 days, let's shine.
Tired of that paycheck running your fate. Wanna level your life, but you stuck at the gate. 5 nights, no calls, that's the ILCA plan. Crypto from beginner to a wealthy new man. What's a wallet, what's a chain? How'd you keep it secure? Bitcoin for beginners, drop game so pure. 10 free lessons, just click and arrive. Come alive in the night, let the knowledge survive.
1 hour, 5 nights, come reclaim your mind. Money to casa, queen connectress, leading you to shine. Show up and shine, ILCA's the way. 5-day challenge gonna change your day. 1 click, no fee, let your future align. Show up, boss up, come grow your mind.
5 nights, unlock your climb. Crypto skills for an endless time. ILCA, education divine.
Show up and shine, show up and shine. From Brandon Ivey's journey out that 9 to 5 to the river of money where we really thrive. Queen connectress, she connect the dots, guiding every soul through the crypto spots. Learn how to move, secure it tight, flip that fear in the future side. Beginners or pros, everybody can win. 5 nights free, let the elevation begin.
1 hour, 5 nights, step into the zone. ILCA's the family, you'll never stand alone.
Show up and shine, ILCA's the way. 5-day challenge gonna change your days. 1 click, no fee, let your future align. Show up, boss up, come grow your mind.
5 nights, unlock your climb. Crypto skills for an endless time. ILCA, education divine. Show up.
And shine, show up and shine.
Marnita Casa, the queen connectress.
And shine, shine.
Gather your power. ILCA got next.
Show up and shine. Show up and shine. IL's the way. 5-day challenge, don't you delay. Free book, free game, watch your life refine. Show up and shine. Show up and shine. 5 nights, queen connectress. ILCA. Shine on.
Hey, ILCI, 5 noches, vámonos.
9 to 5, got you trapped in a loop so tight. Bills in your face, can't sleep at night. Heard about a challenge 5 nights long. Crypto education with a sauce a strong song. With blockchain, wallet, buy or sell. We break it down simple, teach you well. Free book, 10 lesson you receive. Show up cada noche. Y 1, 2, 3, ya tú sabes lo que es. 5 noches, 5 pasos. This is how you bless.
Show up or stay broke. 5 days challenge, let the block go woke. ILCA, we don't play. 5 free nights, get paid your way. Show up or stay broke. Free book, free game, come and stoke.
ILCA.
Remember the name.
5 noches, change your game. Brandon Ivey flipped the script from the grind. Now he's teaching how to grow your mind. No recruiting, no selling, just truth. Crypto tools for your money and use. Hackers in the dark, we keep it tight. Security first, so you sleep at 5 noches, 5 pasos. This is how you bless.
Show up or stay broke. 5-day challenge, let the block go woke. ILCA, we don't play. 5 free nights, get paid your way. Show up or stay broke. Book free game, come and stoke. ILCA, remember the name.
5 noches, change your game. No money down, just your time. With crypto knowledge, come and shine.
Show up or stay broke. 5-day challenge, let the block go woke. ILCA, we don't play. 5 free nights, get paid your way. Show up or stay broke. Book free game, come and stoke. ILCA, remember the name.
5 noches, change your game. 5 noches, mi amor, don't miss it. 5 noches, mi amor. In the dark, opportunity calls.
9 to 5 got you stuck in a loop you hate. Paycheck dreams with a heavy weight. Crypto whispers like a secret in your mind. ILCA saying come lead that grind. What's blockchain? What's the key? Where you hide your gold? 5 nights of wisdom, watch your future unfold. Free book for your start, 10 lessons to begin. 1 hour a night, that's when the shift sets in.
Show up in the shadows, let your light be known. Find a challenge where your power's growing.
No cost, just courage, step into the flame.
ILCA forever, come and change your name. Wallet security, hackers at your door. We train your mind so you don't fall anymore. From Brandon's leap out of 9 to 5 pain, to a world where your money starts to rain. Beginners or vets, everybody can shine, long as you show up when it's learning time. 5 nights in the dark and you'll never be the same. Crypto in your heart with a brand new lane. Show up in the shadows, let your light be known. 5-day challenge where your power's growing. No cost, just courage, step into the flames. ILCA forever, come and change your name.
1 hour, 5 nights. Knowledge is the weapon. Will you show up or stay blind in the dark?
Show up in the shadows, let your light be known. 5-day challenge where your powers grow. No pause, just courage, step into the flame. ILCA forever, come and change your name.
ILCA. Come learn in the dark, so you can shine in the light.
ILCA. 5 days, let's shine. Oh yeah.
Tired of that paycheck running your fate. Wanna level your life, but you're stuck at the gate. 5 nights, no cost, that's the ILCA plan. Crypto from beginner to a wealthy new man. What's a wallet, what's a chain, how you keep it secure? Bitcoin for beginners, drop game so pure. 10 free lessons, just click and arrive. Come alive in the night, let the knowledge survive.
1 hour, 5 nights, come reclaim your mind.
Manita Casa, Queen Connectress, leading you to shine.
Show up and shine, ILCA's the way. 5-day challenge, gonna change your day. 1 click, no fee, let your future align. Show up, boss up, come grow your mind. 5 nights, unlock your climbings. Crypto skills for an endless time. LCA, education divine. Show up and shine, show up and shine. Oh yeah. Up and shine. Show up and shine, show up and shine.
From Brandon Ivey's journey out the 9 to 5 to the river of money where we really thrive. Queen Connectress, she connect the dots, guiding every soul to the crypto spots. Learn how to move, secure it tight. Flip that
beginners or pros, everybody can win. 5 nights free, let the elevation begin.
1 hour, 5 nights, step into the zone.
ILCA's the family, you'll never stand alone.
Oh yeah, show up and shine. ILCA's the way. 5-day challenge, gonna change your day. 1 click, no fee, let your future align. Show up, boss up, come grow your mind. 5 nights, unlock your climb. Crypto skills for an endless time. ILCA, educate you divine. Show up and shine, show up and shine.
Marnita Casa, the Queen Connectress. Gather your power, ILCA got next. Nah.
Show up and shine, ILCA's the way. 5-day challenge, don't you delay. Free book, free game, watch your life refine. Show up and shine, show up and shine. ILCA, 5 days, let's shine.
Tired of the paycheck, running your fate. Wanna level your life, but you're stuck at the gate. 5 nights, no cost, that's the ILCA plan. Crypto from beginner to a wealthy new man.
What's a wallet, what's a chain? How you keep it secure? Bitcoin for beginners, drop game so pure. 10 free lessons, just click and arrive. Come alive in the night, let the knowledge evolve. Now 5 nights, come reclaim your mind.
So Marnita Casa, Queen Connectress, leading you to shine.
Show up and shine, ILCA's the way. 5-day challenge, gonna change your days. 1 click, no fee, let your future line. Show up, boss up, come grow your mind.
5 nights, unlock your claim. Crypto skills for an endless time.
ILCA, educate you divine. Show up and shine, show up and shine. I'm Brandon Ivey's journey out that 9 to 5 to the river of money where we really thrive.
Queen Connectress, she connect the dots. Guiding every soul to the crypto spots. Learn how to move, secure it tight. Flip that fear in the future sight. Beginners or pros, everybody can win. 5 nights free, let the elevation begin.
1 hour, 5 nights, step into the zone.
ILCA is the family, you'll never stand alone.
Show up and shine, ILCA's the ways. 5-day challenge, gonna change your days. 1 click, no fee, let your future align. Show up, boss up, come grow your mind.
5 nights, unlock your climb. Crypto skills for an endless time.
ILCA, educating divine. Show up and shine, show up and shine.
Marnita Casa, the Queen Connectress. Gather your power. ILCA got next.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our March edition of the ILCA 5-Day Challenge. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marnita Casa, and I will be your humble hostess for today. Now, there is something that I always like to say, and that is we totally understand there are so many different things you could be doing with your time. My goodness, that nighttime is the right time for family and for preparation of the next day. So the fact that you guys decided to come on out and hear what we have to say, just know that makes us so very happy. So again, thank each and every one of you for being here. As you can see, family, I am so super excited for so many different reasons. I love our 5-day challenges. Why? Because I miss you guys. Those of you who are not members yet, but are here with us, I love to be able to learn with you guys, to figure out new things, and to see your progress. So every month we have from Monday to Friday to do all of that together, and that just makes me so very happy. I love to get that energy from you guys. So for all my VIPs who are here, hi, babies. Thank you guys so very much for being here again. It is always good to see you. Now, when I tell you guys, get ready for a phenomenal session, that is exactly what I mean. I don't know if you guys were here last month, but last month, our educator gave us a talk on the river of money. Hello. And I don't know about you, but every time he goes into the river of money, it always sets off alarms in my head. By the time he's done, I have a page full of notes and a fire in my belly to get into action. So that is what you guys are going to have today. We are talking about the river of money, where it's flowing, and how you guys can become a part of it. Also, I want to show you all something very, very important. We have a lot of affiliates. Let me tell you something, even if you guys are just registered, you do not have to be members. You can be an affiliate. Yes, we can send you a link. So I wanted to show you guys something because I have been getting a lot of messages about where do my people sign up for the 5-day challenge. So let me go ahead and show you guys. I'm going to share my screen very, very quickly. Let's see here. I want to make sure. Boom. Okay. So as you can see, for all of our affiliates, this is what your affiliate page is looking like right now. So this is where your friends and your family actually sign up for the ILCA 5-day challenge. Okay, so it's at the very top. Be sure they do not scroll too fast. Now, if they want to become a member, this is where they will sign up. And then if they want to get one of our bundles or our courses, they can sign up here. But it's so very important. Please let them know that as soon as they open up your page, all they have to do is click this little yellow button right here, and they will be able to join the 5-day challenge and be here with us on the YouTube channel. So I wanted to show you guys that. Also, for those of you that don't know, our educator was entered into a contest to become the entrepreneur of impact for 2026. So we want to show him as much love as possible. Family, I will be posting the link in the comments for you guys to be able to cast your vote. Yes, right now he is leading the way. He is #1 in his category, and we want to keep it that way. So you guys keep a lookout for that link that I will be putting in so you can cast your vote for Mr. Brandon Ivey. And speaking of that, family, we want to hear from him. So let's go ahead and get this started. I see you, Catherine. Thank you, baby. I truly appreciate that. All right, so our VIPs, you guys should know the routine by now. Babies, go ahead and type your name and where you're from in that chat box. That way I could tell the world who is here on the Zoom call with us. And if you have the opportunity, please turn on your cameras. As you can see, Mr. Leonard Long is not playing about his health. Hello. He is here on the Zoom call with us, getting his walk on. I'm so proud of you, Leonard. That's the way to lead the way, sir. So if you have the opportunity, please turn on your camera so we can see you. It is always good to see those wonderful smiles and those beautiful faces. So let me go ahead and get started. Up first is Mr. Leonard Long. Thank you so very much for being here, sir, and for showing us that health is wealth. I see the beautiful Miss Samantha Studebaker Carl's here with us. Hey, Samantha. We want to give Samantha her flowers. She is part of our roundtable and she is leading the way with our ILCA book club. Yes, you guys heard me right. We have a book club and it is so wonderful. So if you guys are interested in joining, please send me a private message. You can get with me on Telegram or on Messenger. I see we have the lovely Miss Rita B is in the house. I like that background, girlfriend. That's nice. Thank you so very much for being here. I see Gina Muhammad is here representing Philadelphia. Hello, Queen. How are you? I see we also have Claire Vaugh's in the house. Claire Vaux is actually one of our certified students. Congratulations, sir. Thank you so much for being here. Miss Catherine Clement. Now we love her. Hello. Miss Catherine Clement is also part of our roundtable. She actually leads a session almost once a week for us. She is doing so many wonderful things. So we want to give her all her flowers. Miss Catherine, thank you for everything that you do for the community. You are loved and appreciated. I see Pedro is here. Hey, Pedro, how are you, sweetheart? Good to see you. I see the lovely Miss Carla Arrigo's in the house. Hey, Queen, she is representing St. Louis, Missouri. Miss Carla Arrigo is actually one of our business partners. So if you want to get any of our courses or join any of our memberships, you can actually go to Carla's website at BeBestYouCan. That's the letter U.com. That's BeBestYouCan.com. Carla, thank you for everything that you're doing for us. Claire Vaux, I see you. Claire Vaux is putting in that work, okay? Thank you so very much for everything that you are doing and keep leading the way, sir. Every time I turn around, you are leveling up again. Thank you so much for being here. Claire Vaux is representing Connecticut. CJ is in the house representing Arizona. Boom, 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 boom. Where is CJ? Usually he has his camera on. I need to see you, sir. CJ is also part of our roundtable and he is doing big things and putting things together for the community. CJ, thank you for everything that you're doing for us. Mr. Kenny Taylor's in the house representing Los Angeles. Hello, Mr. Taylor, another one of our roundtable people who is doing big things for the community. We truly appreciate you, sir. I see we also have my beautiful partner in crime, Miss Joyce Easley. Hi, Angel. Miss Joyce Easley always brings that positive energy. We truly appreciate you, beautiful. I see Savvy is in the house. Kim Matthews is in the house. Hello, Kim. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. Of course, the beautiful Miss Daisy's here. Mwah. Hello, Queen. It's always good to see you. I see Rashida is here. She's representing Colorado. Of course, the beautiful Judy is here representing Toronto. Of course, Mr. Roosevelt is here. Mr. Thurman is always coming in and showing his love. Of course, Doreen is here. She is representing Anguilla. Thomas T is in the house. I see we also have Nathan Hansberger here. Okay, the family is all here. To all of my friends on YouTube, hello, babies. How are you? Thank you guys so very much for being here. All right, so let's go ahead and get this party started again. Thank each and every one of you for joining us on our March edition of the ILCA 5-Day Challenge. My name is your Queen Connectress, Miss Marnita Casa, and I am your humble hostess for this evening. Now, it is my honor to introduce you all to a man that is level 6 on the e-estate platform. He is also a strategic partner. He has dominated the sales and marketing arena for 25 years. He also dedicated his life to learning about blockchain technology and cryptocurrency, and he did that for 6 years, but he didn't just stop there. He decided to go out and share this information with the masses, and this was done by putting on fun and exciting Bitcoin boot camps nationwide at no cost. He has built thriving communities and wonderful platforms like you see before you now. So without further ado, it is my honor to introduce you all to Mr. Brandon Ivey.
All right, all right. Thank you for that introduction, Miss Casa, and good evening, everybody. I got to give it back to Miss Casa. She did a wonderful job introducing all of you guys and hosting our 5-day challenge. I mean, we've been doing this for 4 years now. You see, she gets more comfortable after every single one to the point now she doesn't know this yet, but I've been grooming her and preparing her for something else. And that is, how many of you would like to start seeing her do some trainings on these courses, maybe one night on the 5-day challenge, especially when we have not just for Women's Night, but on any of these lessons. So I haven't talked to her about this yet, but this is where this is leading. So she will be doing one of these days coming up very, very soon, sooner than you think. Now, you see her smiling right now. Back in the day, she would have been panicking and would have turned her camera off. So she's ready. So welcome everybody, especially those of you on Facebook. We're glad for you guys to be here on our night one of the 5 day challenge. And this is the most important night because we're going to be talking about the river of money. And I used my cousin Marnita as an example because she's been following that to the point now in her career. She is already now a published author from homeless to unstoppable. She's also an agent level 4. By tomorrow, she'll probably be level 5. The only thing that's holding things up is just the banks, but she'll be level 5 in e-estate, and she's also, I mean, this is going to be her best business year ever in 2026, and it's going to be all of yours if you make the right choice and decision, which is what this is all about. So I want to congratulate you for even making the decision to show up. I got to say, Clairvaux, I love that background. That's tight. I love Leonard's background too, sitting like he's in an office, an e-estate office. I saw Rita's new background. I like that background as well. So welcome everybody. I see Nathan there. So let's get into what this week is about. If you're brand new and somebody said you got to be on this 5 day challenge for an hour a night, first, what are you going to get from this? Well, the whole purpose of this week is to open the door of some new technology that you may or may not be aware of and how big this is, give you some basic information on this technology, and give you a way not only to learn something new, but to also have an opportunity to have a platform that you can earn starting from the very next day you get started. So we're going to give you the ability to earn and learn at the same time, and it doesn't cost you anything. So if you're on YouTube, make sure you got your notes taken back, and you might see, well, who are all these people on Zoom? Well, these Zoom people, these are our VIP members. They're in our inner circle. They're in the paid community of ILCA. They're getting a lot more value. How many of you guys learned something new in Crypto Talk this morning? Because our VIP members are with me every day, Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern, and we are covering a lot, and we never know what we're going to get every morning, especially those of you that is a part of e-estate. You really gained a lot this morning. We had like a mini unscheduled boot camp on how to talk about e-estate to the average person. What are the right things to say? And I think some of you guys might have some aha moments. You thought you were saying the right thing, the right buzzwords and key phrases. But what I showed you is how to come at it from a different perspective. And it's the same thing I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to do the exact same formula as I get you prepared for learning about what blockchain technology, crypto, tokenization, and all that stuff even is. It is called the river of money. How many of you love to make money? Type me in the chat box. Those of you on YouTube, type me in the chat box. The one thing though is we make money the way we were taught to make money, and we actually don't even know what money is. Most people think and believe that this is money. Even people that follow The Secret, the laws of the universe, law of attraction. And you think that, I'm thinking about money all the time and I'm not making any of it. You don't realize that it's not that you're thinking about it, it's more about how do you feel about it. And that is what trips most people up. Let me give you another secret. Wealthy people don't think about money. What? Yes, they do. No, they don't. Wealthy people think about quality of life. Wealthy people think about what they want. And then they go about what resources do I need to attain it? Money is a resource. Broke people think about money more than wealthy people do. Wealthy people, when they go to the grocery store, they don't even look at the price. When they go shopping, they don't look at the price. They're not thinking about money. They're thinking about what do I want? Not can I afford it? It's a different thing. Now, I only do that talk once a year. The secret at the end of the year. But the river of money is following this. See, let me tell you something that have you ever felt that you're spinning your wheels in the sand, that you're working hard every single day? You just can't catch a break. You're doing everything that you were told and taught to do, yet you take one step forward, you're always taking two steps back. I'm here to tell you that it's not actually your fault as far as your ability to work hard. If you have a lazy work ethic, and that is one thing that it is kryptonite to me. I can't stand it. When somebody is not achieving because they're just not putting in the effort, that is unacceptable to me. I can live with the fact that you don't succeed, but if you at least tried and you put 100% effort in, the problem is not that you're not working hard. The problem is where are you putting that energy into? And at the end of the day, it's a choice. Yes, we got the government doing crazy things. We got the economy. We got wars. We got rumors of wars. We have different outside forces going on. And Jim Rohn says it best. At the end of the day, it's not what happens to you that's important. It's how you respond to the things that happen to you that make the most difference. The goal in life is to build a financial wall around your family so high that nothing can penetrate it. But if you're doing what they taught you to do, you will never build a financial wall around your family because it wasn't designed that way. From going to school, we're taught to go to school, get good grades, get a good, safe, secure job, a job that will take care of you for the rest of your life. And then even after you retire, you'll be able to have Social Security and whatnot. What did we learn in crypto talk just the other day? The government's about to cut Social Security benefits by December. They say we broke. We can always find money for wars, but we can't pay for health care, education, our veterans, or our elderly when they need help. I say it's not on the government. We can do that ourselves if you're prepared for it. But you're living in a system that wasn't designed for you to be independent and wealthy. Well, then, if that's the case, then why are there wealthy people? Because they're not following the system. Let me give you two choices, and you let me know which choice do you like. This is a Monday. Here's one option. Wake up before the sun comes up, to rush off into rush hour traffic, to go to a job you don't like, to work with people you can't stand, to eat lunch at 11 where you're hungry at 12, to ask for permission to go to the bathroom, maybe have a 15-minute break, get off of work, go right back to rush hour traffic, make it home, maybe be able to spend some time having dinner with the family, watch an hour of TV, you're tired, and you go to sleep and you do it again. And you're going to repeat that for the next 40 years of your life, hoping that one day you're going to make it. That's option number one. Or option number two, Monday. Let me tell you about my day. I woke up at 4:30 in the morning, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. I went to the gym, did heavy lifting, came home, made and created some new music, did one Zoom call for our inner circle that lasted about an hour and 20 minutes. After that call, I had two other short calls, had lunch, took a nap, woke up from my nap, went back to the gym so I can do my cardio. I did almost a 5K, did maybe a 30-second live that I already posted up on my stories on Facebook, came home, took a shower, played some video games, and then I'm hopping on here with you guys for the 5-day challenge tonight. Which lifestyle would you rather have? Option one or option two? See, I made a choice. I lived in option one. I followed the rules. I got good grades. I graduated from Morehouse College. I got a good job. I was laid off twice. I followed the rules. And then I made a decision that I believe that I deserve more. You see, my grandfather taught my father and me a lesson that said no matter what you do, be the hardest working at it. And it doesn't matter what you do, whether you're a street sweeper, a train operator, an elevator operator, a janitor, no matter what it, put your best foot forward and be the best at it. You'll be recognized for your hard work. He taught that to my dad. My dad lived that philosophy and it worked for him. He started off working at a company that had a hiring policy against minorities They can only wash company cars and be janitors and drive executives around town. He broke the color barrier and worked hard against all barriers. A system designed that no matter how smart he was or how educated he was, because the color of his skin, he was not qualified in their eyes. And he rose to become what you may think is the CEO, but they call it the general manager of Metropolitan Water District of Southern California. If you go down Union Station, downtown LA, there's a building on top of Union Station. That's the MWD headquarters that my father built, and there's a plaque with his name on the building that will be there forever as long as that building's there. He's the one out of 100 that old way of doing things the right way worked against all odds. He taught me that same philosophy, but 1 in 100, that's not going to be for everybody, and that definitely wasn't for me. I followed that same path, and I had a different result. Not because I wasn't working hard, but because the system was not designed for me to have that type of success. So I made a different choice. I want to become an entrepreneur. They don't have school for that. You think going to college and going to business school does not even prepare you to be an entrepreneur. It prepares you to be, at best, a manager in somebody else's company to run their business. If you ever go to business school, that's what it does. Most millionaires and billionaires don't have a college degree. You know, they're entrepreneurs. They're willing to take the risk with no golden parachute or guaranteed check at the end of the day. But I made a decision that I wanted to follow the river of money. See, I wanted to take the same philosophy that my grandfather taught, but utilize it in an industry that's going to have no barriers to my success, where there is no limit to how much I want to make. The question is, I need to figure out, where is the river of money pointing to? Is it pointing to a 9 to 5 job that says I'm only going to be able to make 75,000 a year? You know, if you're making 75,000 a year over the next 20 years, you got $1.5 million. Every dime you're going to spend over the next 20 years of your life, and if we say you don't have to pay taxes, is going to come from that 1.5 million. That's a dooming prospect if you sit down and think about it. What about making 75,000 a month? What about 75,000 a week? What about 75,000 a day? Somebody's doing it. Why not you? But you got to put yourself in front of industries where you can make that type of money. And that's where the river of money is flowing. And I figured it out May 2017, where the river of money was flowing. Two things that I learned. Number one, that blockchain technology is going to disrupt every single industry on the planet today, whether you like it or not, believe it or not, trust it or not, your opinion of this is irrelevant. The second thing that I learned is that cryptocurrency represents the greatest economic shift in wealth in the history of mankind for the most amount of people. And that last part is key, the most amount of people. Meaning you don't have to be born in the right family, speak the right language, be the right gender, have your daddy work for the company, have the right skin color, have a college degree. There's no barrier stopping you. You don't need to ask for permission. There's only 3 things you need. Number one, access to a cell phone. How many of you already have one of those? Everybody? Number 2, access to the internet. I mean, today the world does not turn without the internet. And the third thing is the one thing nobody could take from you, but it's what most people use the least: a willingness to learn. That is my competitive advantage over everybody else in my field, in my space, in my age range. I am always willing to learn more. I put learning above making money because I learned one thing. The more I learn, the more money I make. It was like Unc telling you back in the day, boy, you can chase girls or you can chase money, but I promise you this, if you chase money, you will never run out of girls. If you chase the education, you will never run out of money. And I'm not talking about book education like a 9 to 5 job type, college education. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about educating you in the ways of finance that school does not teach. You have to teach yourself. And that is powerful because if you can identify where the river of money is flowing, take that work ethic that you're going to work hard in it and learn everything you can about it, you're a walking ATM machine. So where do I say the river of money is pointing to? Blockchain technology. And to be even more specific, inside of blockchain technology, it is flowing into three words. Number one, artificial intelligence. Number two, you might want to write these down, stable coins. And number three, which I'm going to lean on tonight and this week. In fact, this is my theme for the year. I signed a strategic partnership with a company in this space, tokenized real estate. Do you know how big this is? Tokenizing real world assets. We are talking about an $867 trillion industry. When we look at just real estate itself, right now it's a $20 billion industry. By 2030, it will be a $16 trillion industry. That is where the river of money is flowing. And you say, Brandon, you keep talking about this river. Can you explain the river? Yes. Imagine this. I want you to picture not even a river, a big river, like the Mississippi or the Nile or something, a big river. And everybody has access to the river. There's nothing stopping you from going to the river. However, based on your resources, you will either be able to go to that river to get your money with a fishing pole, a jet ski, a canoe, a yacht, or oil tanker. And everybody is fishing in this river for fish. The fish is representing money. The most fish is the furthest out you can go, the deepest part of the river. That's where the wealthy people are on their boats and yachts because they can afford to have that resource. And they got big nets pulling up the most amount of fish. But most of you and everybody else, you can't afford the boats. So you're sitting on the banks of the river with a fishing pole. And that fishing pole can only extend so far. And now you got everybody lined up competing for a limited amount of fish while the wealthy is out there just gobbling it all up. But rivers, do they go in a straight line? Or do they curve and they change over time? They move. Now, the wealthy people, they don't like it when the river moves because they're already in the best position. So when they start to see that the river's about to move, they act as if the river's not moving and they tell you the river's not moving while they pull up anchor and they start to flow in the new direction of the river. And they're able to see it before you. All of a sudden, you start seeing them disappearing and getting further and further away. And the water starts to dry up. And so, for you to get the same amount of fish, you got to start walking out into that river further. But now it's muddy water. And every step you take is harder than the last. And sometimes it's like quicksand. You get stuck and you can't move any further, and more people is crowding in on you. And there's a smaller pond with smaller fish, and everybody's trying to get from that same small pond, not realizing that the river just changed course, didn't dry up. You just don't have the resources to get out there. That, ladies and gentlemen, is life. And that is what you're experiencing every day. That's also why the dollar loses value every day. Money doesn't lose value. The dollar loses value because this is not money. Money is resources. Money is energy. The river of money is about being able to, one, predict where is the river going to go next. Put yourself in front of it. Even if you just get the mist from it, you'll be wealthy. I'm going to focus on real estate. And by focusing on real estate, I'm going to be focusing on one family. But I think I kind of jumped ahead. I got ahead of myself here. Sometimes when I start talking like this, I go in. And I need to stop myself sometimes and look at the time also. But let me get this up here so I can see you guys. ILCA was created so that I have an education platform that I control, that I can teach what I know the people need. There's a difference there between what people want and what people need. ILCA teaches you what you need, but it also puts you in position to get what you want. You want to make money. So that's what ILCA is all about. And the 5-day challenge is about opening you up to learning a little bit about what this space is, this technology. Let's talk about something that most people don't know. In order to move to where you want to be, you have to acknowledge and accept the reality of where you are today. And most Americans are living in a fantasy land. They have no idea just how bad it actually is. You believe the hype. You believe the propaganda. You believe the news. Everything's okay. We're the richest country in the world. It's a privilege to be an American and live here, not realizing because most Americans don't travel. That quality of life, I think America has now dropped into the bottom half. I got to look at that old report. I just saw a report a few weeks ago. We're not even in the top 10, not even in the top 20. Quality of life of the average American. But we don't know that. We love the stars and stripes, the American flag, and the national anthem, and the rest of the world is leaving us behind. But here's what Americans believe wealth distribution is. Pay attention to this.
There's a chart I saw recently that I can't get out of my head. A Harvard business professor and economist asked more than 5,000 Americans how they thought wealth was distributed in the United States. This is what they said they thought it was. Dividing the country into 5 rough groups of the top, bottom, and middle 3 20% groups, they asked people how they thought the wealth in this country was divided. Then he asked them what they thought was the ideal distribution. And 92%, that's at least 9 out of 10 of them, said it should be more like this. In other words, more equitable than they think it is. Now that fact is telling, admittedly, the notion that most Americans know that the system is already skewed unfairly. But what's most interesting to me is the reality compared to our perception. The ideal is as far removed from our perception of reality as the actual distribution is from what we think exists in this country. So ignore the ideal for a moment. Here's what we think it is again. And here is the actual distribution. Shockingly skewed. Not only do the bottom 20% and the next 20%, the bottom 40% of Americans barely have any of the wealth. I mean, it's hard to even see them on the chart. But the top 1% has more of the country's wealth than 9 out of 10 Americans believe the entire top 20% should have. Mind-blowing. But let's look at it another way, because I find this chart kind of difficult to wrap my head around. Instead, let's reduce the 311 million Americans to just a representative 100 people. Make it simple. Here they are: teachers, coaches, firefighters, construction workers, engineers, doctors, lawyers, some investment bankers, a CEO, maybe a celebrity or two. Now let's line them up according to their wealth. Poorest people on the left, wealthiest on the right, just a steady row of folks based on their net worth. We'll color code them like we did before based on which 20% quintile they fall into. Now let's reduce the total wealth of the United States, which was roughly $54 trillion in 2009, to this symbolic pile of cash. And let's distribute it among our 100 Americans. Well, here's socialism, all the wealth of the country distributed equally. We all know that won't work. We need to encourage people to work and work hard to achieve that good old American dream and keep our country moving forward. So, here's that ideal we asked everyone about. Something like this curve. This isn't too bad. We've got some incentive, as the wealthiest folks are now about 10 to 20 times better off than the poorest Americans. But hey, even the poor folks aren't actually poor, since the poverty line has stayed almost entirely off the chart. We have a super healthy middle class with a smooth transition into wealth. And yes, Republicans and Democrats alike chose this curve. 9 out of 10 people, 92%, said this was a nice, ideal distribution of America's wealth. But let's move on. This is what people think America's wealth distribution actually looks like. Not as equitable, clearly, but for me, even this still looks pretty great. Yes, the poorest 20 to 30% are starting to suffer quite a lot compared to the ideal, and the middle class is certainly struggling more than they were, while the rich and wealthy are making roughly 100 times that of the poorest Americans and about 10 times that of the still healthy middle class. Sadly, this isn't even close to the reality. Here is the actual distribution of wealth in America. The poorest Americans don't even register. They're down to pocket change, and the middle class is barely distinguishable from the poor. In fact, even the rich between the top 10 and 20 percentile are worse off. Only the top 10% are better off. And how much better off? So much better off that the top 2 to 5% are actually off the chart at this scale. And the top 1%, this guy, well, his stack of money stretches 10 times higher than we can show. Here's his stack of cash, restacked, all by itself. This is the top 1% we've been hearing so much about. So much green in his pockets that I have to give him a whole new column of his own because he won't fit on my chart. 1% of America has 40% of all the nation's wealth. The bottom 80%, 8 out of every 10 people, or 80 out of these 100, only has 7% between them. And this has only gotten worse in the last 20 to 30 years. While the richest 1% take home almost a quarter of the national income today, in 1976, they took home only 9%, meaning their share of income has nearly tripled in the last 30 years. The top 1% own half the country's stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. The bottom 50% of Americans own only 0.5% of these investments, which means they aren't investing. They're just scraping by. I'm sure many of these wealthy people have worked very hard for their money, but do you really believe that the CEO is working 380 times harder than his average employee? Not his lowest paid employee, not the janitor, but the average earner in his company. The average worker needs to work more than a month to earn what the CEO makes in 1 hour. We certainly don't have to go all the way to socialism to find something that is fair for hardworking Americans. We don't even have to achieve what most of us consider might be ideal. All we need to do is wake up and realize that the reality in this country is not at all what we think it is.
But you can't wake up because they said that word is a bad word now. You can't be woke. You got to stay asleep. You got to stay a part of the system. That video, if you know, is almost 15 years old. Almost 15 years old. And do you think things have gotten better since then? Nope. It's only gotten worse. The wealthy have gotten richer. What about you? Is your finances much better now than it was in 2012? What about 2008? Anybody still waiting for their bailout? You see, the system is designed for you to fail. So when you understand that and you realize it, then you can break the cycle of teaching yourself and your children the same thing that doesn't work. Or you can wait till one of your children or grandchildren wake up and say, you know what? That's BS. You keep telling me this. I don't see evidence of it working. I need to do something different. Critical thinking. And this is where I say follow the river of money. Now, I'm going to take a family that you all know, and I want to use an example. It has nothing to do with politics, because once you understand, it's like the laws, the law of attraction, the laws of the universe, the secret, it doesn't matter who uses it. It's like gravity. It works. Whether you think you're a good person or a bad person, you can still use this to your favor. So who knows about the Trumps? The Trumps. They have been following this formula for 4 generations. Everyone thinks Trump got rich from real estate, and that's wrong. His $8 billion fortune came from a 130-year-old strategy that his grandfather invented. Now, his grandfather did not invent this. His grandfather figured it out, but he did. This isn't something that could be invented. Okay. During the gold rush, the most underrated business principle in history. How many of your ancestors was able to take advantage of the gold rush? Do you know about it? About the 1890s Klondike Gold Rush. While everyone rushed to dig gold, Friedrich Trump, Donald's grandfather, did something smarter. He opened restaurants and hotels for the miners. That's a nice way of saying he basically had some brothels set up where he was selling alcohol, booze, and hookers, prostitutes. But the article, oh, yeah, he had restaurants and hotels. No, he didn't. He had brothels. Who makes more money? The person digging for gold or the people selling the picks and shovels and the services and the entertainment? Because not everybody finds gold, but everybody needs a place to sleep, some food, entertainment. So he sold picks and shovels to the dreamers chasing the gold. Friedrich didn't gamble on gold himself. He built a sure thing by serving those who did. When he returned to Germany in 1901, he was already rich. But that wealth came with problems. Germany kicked him out for dodging military service. Wow, that is generational, isn't it? He was forced to return to America. Then tragedy hit. He died in the 1918 flu pandemic, which I find ironic because every 100 years there's a global pandemic. So while Friedrich died from the 1918 flu pandemic, his grandson was president during the COVID one. His wife, Elizabeth, was left alone with 3 kids and Friedrich's gold rush savings. So she had money, and she had the kids. In 1923, she teamed up with her teenage son, Fred Trump, and they formed E. Trump and Son. Fred had vision beyond mining towns. He saw where the real money flowed. Government housing contracts. So again, he saw at this time, river of money was flowing through the government. Government housing contracts. His 3-step strategy was: 1, buy cheap land outside Manhattan, build thousands of middle-class homes, and win World War II housing contracts for guaranteed income. See, you guys heard of the GI Bill? He made sure, one, he used government money to buy the land to build these homes. And then the government gave Americans, not all Americans, by the way. If you look like me, this didn't apply to you, but gave them the ability to move into these cheap homes. And then those same families that moved into those homes built equity in those homes. Over the next 30 and 40 years, a home that might have cost 15, 20,000 is now worth 600, $700,000. Money that they're able to pull out in loans and second mortgages to put their kids through school had an advantage over everyone else. But the story is that Fred figured out how to double dip on this. He got money from the government to build the homes, and then the government paid people money to move into those same homes. He was also called a slumlord. So by the 1940s, Fred Trump was making millions. 1970s, Donald joins the business. Fred avoided Manhattan. He said it was too risky. Donald, on the other hand, leaned in. He saw where new money was flowing. Grand Central Station, tourism, Manhattan revival. He made his move, but I said that too fast. He saw where the new money was flowing. So he pivoted from his father's strategy and said, we gotta go downtown. Manhattan Revival. So he bought the rundown Commodore Hotel near Grand Central. Everyone thought he was insane, but Donald had a principle. Position yourself where the traffic is coming. That is true. That is right. He turned it into the Grand Hyatt in 1980 and entered Manhattan's elite. Who remembers lifestyles of the rich and famous back in the early 80s? 58 floors of marble, gold, and ambition right on Fifth Avenue. And the genius move? He lived in the penthouse, slapped his name on the side of the building. He became the face of New York luxury. The 1980s, Trump goes on a real estate rampage. Casinos in Atlantic City, the Plaza Hotel, skyscrapers across New York City. His weapon of choice? What? Debt. See, there's a good thing. There's such a thing as good debt and bad debt. Those of you on my five-figure club, we're going to be learning how to leverage good debt the exact same way the Trumps did it. They were doing it. He was doing it his entire life up until last year when he got shut down, or 2 years ago, when the bank said no more. Debt. He used assets to borrow more. So when he used assets and he got more, what did he do with those assets? This is why I'm telling you guys now, learning this. What if you had somewhere that you can gain these assets and you can put it somewhere to work for you? See, wealthy people don't rely on Social Security, 401k, their savings account, or a job check or a pension plan for the rest of their life. Wealthy people take the principal money that they have or debt, leverage it into assets, and then earn off what those assets produce. On your taxes, it's called capital gains. Who's played the game Monopoly? That's probably the only real game that youngsters have access to that is actually teaching the wealth principle. Robert Kiyosaki has a game, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or Rich something like that, similar. But the game of Monopoly, oh yeah, cash flow quadrant. I think that's the name of his game. Cash flow quadrant. That is the key right here. He took debt, he used assets to borrow more, and scaled. He also failed in every single business he's ever done, but that didn't stop him. Then it all crashed. In the 1990s, Trump's debt hit $3.4 billion. You guys would think, I'm like 2,000 in debt. I'm 10,000 in debt. Can you imagine being $3.4 billion in debt? For most people, it would be game over, right? His casinos were losing money. He was broke on paper. He was broke on paper. But banks bailed him out. Why? He owed too much to fail. So they just kept giving him money. He'll figure it out eventually. His comeback, legendary. He pivoted from ownership to licensing. Trump hotels, Trump golf, Trump condos. He didn't own most of them, but his name earned millions. When we talk about tokenized real estate and we're talking about e-estate, we're not talking about you owning the property. We're talking about you being in a position to share in the revenue that that property generates without the hassles of ownership. Licensing. His name earned millions. Other people built the assets and he took the checks. Isn't that how would you guys like to be able to do that? You didn't have to build the property. You didn't have to manage the property. but you take the check. Hmm. The Trump family playbook is simple. Don't dig for gold. Serve the gold diggers. Spot where the money is flowing. I didn't write this article, but I understand the playbook. I've been talking about the river of money for years. Position yourself at the stream of it. Build brand, leverage debt, take equity. That is exactly what we are doing in the Five Figure Club. By the way, the next Five Figure Club meeting will be next Monday, right after our Monday night recap call. So we're going to have a Monday night recap call at the exact same time as I'm speaking right now. And then following that will be the next Five Figure Club. You don't want to miss that. There's qualifications to be in it. You have to be in the inner circle, meaning a VIP member, like all the members on Zoom with me right now. And you have to have at least $1,000 worth of assets in e-estate so that you're going to learn how to build a brand, leverage debt, take equity. Most people don't know how to leverage debt. They know how to get into debt, but not leverage it. Most people chase the next big thing. They gamble on trends. The Trumps did the opposite. They followed money flows, not hype. They positioned themselves where other people spent money. Friedrich served gold miners. Fred served the government. Donald served status and prestige. 3 generations, one principle: stand where the money flows. Now, here's how I use that same rule. What industry is the next generation of Trumps moving to? Now we're going into the 4th generation. Eric, Don Jr., and Barron. Barron just by default. They moved into this industry because they had to. If you watch the interview of last month with Eric and Don Jr. when they were asking about the crypto space, Don Jr. spilled the beans. He said, "Hey, the banks aren't going to give us no more money. We had no choice." But they stumbled because they were against this when their daddy was president the first time. But now that says they have no choice, they stumbled on it. According to a New York report, the Trump family has made an estimated $3.4 billion since his first term in office, primarily through ventures like cryptocurrency and investments from foreign entities. They've made $4 billion in the last year. What industry? Blockchain technology and crypto. They did it not by choice, but because they had to. You have a choice right now. Maybe you do need to have your back against a wall to say, yeah, let me go into that space because I have no choice. They had no choice and they made $4 billion in a year, facing jail and bankruptcy and not allowed to do business in the state of New York. Are you kidding me? And if this is what they're doing, what decision do you think you should be making? So inside of this, they're being very specific. Blockchain technology. They created a company called World Liberty Financial, co-founded by Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump, and Barron Trump. They started token trading on September 1st. That's just last year. September 1st, October, November, December, January, February, March. That's just 6 months ago. The family gets 75% of the token sale proceeds, around $500 million. They just did this in six. What were you doing 6 months ago? What decisions did you make that you're benefiting from today, 6 months ago? They jumped into blockchain technology. And inside of the blockchain technology is something called tokenization. They're tokenizing real estate. Their pre-construction in the Maldives is tokenized, but they were slick about it. Their tokenization isn't giving you ownership of any of the property. They're tokenizing the loans leveraging debt so that while you pay off the loan, you're going to be able to share the interest that the loans are generating. Figure the Trumps would do something like that, but it's still going to be profitable for those who do it, as long as they don't mess it up. Tokenization. On Thursday night, we're going to be talking about tokenization. If you've never heard that term before, or you might be an e-estate and you still don't even understand what tokenization means, which is a great number of many of you, we're going to talk about it on Thursday. As a disclaimer, this information is intended for educational and training purposes only and should not be construed as investment advice. As with all financial decisions, you should contact your licensed financial advisor before investing in any financial instrument. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the river of money. Now that I told you what the river of money is, how many of you want to learn about what this technology actually is? Blockchain. Because tomorrow night, we're going to be covering what is the blockchain. So if you're an e-estate, you want to know about tokenization, you got to know what the blockchain is. And by knowing and understanding this information, you will have a greater appreciation for the business that you're promoting. You have confidence behind your words. Inner Circle talked this morning. We talked about it's like a mini boot camp, how to be speaking about this on social media. Not even saying the name e-estate, tokenization, or passive income, which a lot of you are using, and you're not getting the results that you think you should be getting. Why? Because people don't even understand what passive income is. They don't understand what tokenization is. They definitely don't know what investments are. And they can't afford real estate. So the moment they hear that, they block off. There's a formula to this. There's a psychology to it. I've got 26 years experience, and I'm sharing it with all of you guys. Inner Circle got it this morning. So we want to invite you guys to come back tomorrow night to now learn about the greatest technological revolution the world has ever seen, the most important technology that mankind is going to need. Because if you think the world cannot turn without the internet, the world will stop moving without blockchain technology 10 years from now. You have a chance to be in front of this, just like you had in the 90s with the internet when nobody knew what it was and they were making fun of email. You're at that same point now, but the stakes are bigger and higher, and the rewards are even bigger than it was for the internet era. This is Web 3.0, Internet 2.0. Now we're going to switch to quick Q&A. Since it is Monday night, I will keep the stream open on YouTube. Normally, I will cut off the stream, and only the VIP members are going to be able to ask questions, share comments. But I will allow you guys on YouTube to witness it. And then we invite you to be on our VIP panel so that you can ask questions. There's no such thing as a bad or stupid question. We all had a day one. I had to teach myself this. I didn't have an ILCA. There was no 5-day challenge. There were no courses. There was nobody to hold my hand. There was no community that I could have gone to. I went through the fire. And now we're bringing it to you guys in a structured way. So with that, let me turn it on over to Miss Casa to handle our Q&A, and then we will dismiss for tonight, and I'll see you guys back for tomorrow.
Okay, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
All right, I just want to do a public apology. Miss Diamond Daisy, I do truly apologize. Miss Tiny Payne, if you are on YouTube watching this, please forgive me, sweetheart. Come and see us tomorrow, and everything will be just fine. Miss Diamond Daisy knows exactly what I'm talking about. I truly apologize.
You jumped the gun on somebody?
I did. So
Marnita is very careful with protecting the house.
Yes, we have to protect the house, but sometimes I do jump the gun, and because of that, I apologize, Miss Tiny Payne. Make sure you come and see us tomorrow, okay? All right, everyone. Thank you, Miss Diamond Daisy. Can you hear me, Roosevelt?
I can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay, so Everyone, this is my favorite time of the session when we get a chance to ask questions and speak on our aha moments. So those of you on the VIP side, if you have a question or have an aha moment, please raise your hand and I will call on you. There are 3 things that we ask. The first one is please do not unmute your mic until you are asked to do so. The second one is we do ask for 2 questions unless there is time for more. And the third is the most important. There are no silly questions. So whatever question you have, raise your hand and I will call on you. Mr. Michael ILCA, the floor is all yours, sir.
Yeah, you're still muted, Michael. Well, where'd he go? Oh, there he is.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Hi, good evening, everyone. You know, I just want to thank you for doing what you're doing, Brandon. Not just, of course, what you're saying, but the way you're saying it. You're speaking the language that most people understand, and that's a gift from God. And the fact that you're sharing with us, the way you share with us, I really commend you. I know God already blessed you, and I pray that God continue to bless you because you're blessing a lot of people and you don't even understand what you're doing. Well, I know you know what you're doing, but this is going to go way beyond what you're doing right now. Just keep doing what you're doing. That's all I want to say. Thank you, and God bless you.
Much appreciated. I accept that. Thank you very much for those words, Michael.
You're welcome.
Michael, that was absolutely wonderful. And I 1000% agree with everything you just said. Okay. Miss Judy Endem, the floor is all yours.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for taking my comment. I don't so much have a question as it is I have a comment. I want to echo everything Mr. Luco just said. And I also want to comment to this morning's Inner Circle. That was an absolute epiphany for me, very mind blowing, also very humbling. But I learned so much just in the way we did that this morning, and I just sort of realized what I had been doing and how you guys were able to turn around and just sort of allow me to pinpoint that and see it. It was mind blowing and as well, I admit, rather humbling. But it was good. It was very, very good, and I'm very grateful. I want to say thank you.
Thank you. Much appreciated, Judy.
Thank you so much for that, Miss Judy. I agree with you 1000%. So for those of you on YouTube, if you have not joined the Inner Circle, you need to do that tonight, okay? Because it's daily that we have sessions like that. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Thank you so much, Miss Judy. Okay, Miss Patty Geis, the floor is all yours.
Oh, thank you. So I've been traveling during today, but still I was able to catch a lot of today's session. And Brandon and Kenny, moving the River of Money to Monday night, I think is just so phenomenal. No matter how many times we hear the story of the wealth, you know, the haves and the have-nots and the Trumps, it's just, I don't know, man, it just really lights a spark. So you mentioned, Brandon, about AI, stable coins, and tokenized real estate. That those are the 3 areas to really have the opportunity to build wealth. So if you were starting out today with your crypto journey, or you have been on your journey for a matter of time, how would you incorporate AI in part of your platform to build wealth? And then how would you also incorporate stable coins? And then also lastly, tokenized real estate, and be able to also share as far as if you're looking at tokenized real estate, which gives you partial ownership of multiple properties, how that is ideal versus buying a property outright and building wealth that way. Does that make sense?
Yes, well, the tokenization and the stable coins, I'm going to hit that more on Thursday and Friday because that's all
Okay.
we're going to talk about. If we're
Okay.
talking about the artificial intelligence,
Yeah.
the world, if blockchain technology is going to disrupt every industry,
Mm-hmm.
both what's going to be powering it is going to be artificial intelligence. So
Mm-hmm.
while people are afraid that AI is going to be taking jobs, those utilizing AI is actually what's going to be taking people's jobs. So I would utilize it the same way I'm doing it right now. You want to
Mm-hmm.
find out what industry are you already in
Mm-hmm.
that you are making money in right now. The
Mm-hmm.
second step is how can I use AI to be better at it and put me ahead of my competition who's not using it? So if I'm looking at what I'm doing right now,
Mm-hmm.
I have a company, ILCA. You guys have already been witnessing some of the things you've been seeing me doing with AI. The
Right.
music, the videos, the creativity with it. In fact, we've been using AI for years. You go back to the MoveQuest days when we were generating images on the move to earn type stuff. And our next level is I'm looking into building out AI agents on the back end that you guys won't see, but that's running our business. And we'll be able to do things 10 times faster than if I hired a whole team, which
Mm-hmm.
means I'm able to save money, I'm able to provide more resources, and I'm able to make more money much faster utilizing AI in my own company. If you look at e-estate, e-estate is using artificial intelligence. So that's what I would be doing if you're, and I kind of talk about this on Monday when we talk about how to make money in the space
Right.
about blockchain technology. But that for artificial intelligence, it's what I'm already doing now, and I'm teaching myself to learn more. The more skills you learn, the better you're going to get, more than just using Chat GPT to have conversations.
Right.
You know, you can do so
Right.
much more if you learn it, but you got to be willing to learn. Now, with tokenization and stable coins, I'll be talking more about that Thursday and
Okay.
Friday. So bring those questions back on
Yeah,
those days.
that makes sense though, to be able to take it's almost like take what you're good at and how can you make it better using AI and even multiplying yourself in that space and just to be able to provide a service to someone. Find something everybody likes, gets used up, and has to be replaced. That's one of the um, things I learned early on in network marketing. Is just finding a solution. So, okay, that makes
That's
sense.
right.
I like that. Okay, cool. That was my question. Thank
Great
you.
question. Thank you, Patty.
Uh-huh.
As always, wonderful question, Miss Patty. And sweetheart, please check your Telegram DM. I sent you a message, okay? Is there anyone else? Leonard, excuse me, sir. You are way too cool for school, sir. Okay, I love it. Is there anyone else who has an aha moment or has a question for Mr. Ivy? No? All
All
right.
right, all
Mr.
good.
Ivy.
All right, everybody, what's going to happen next? Tomorrow morning, Inner Circle. So all you VIP members, I expect to see you tomorrow morning. Yesterday, this morning was fire, so we'll see. We never know what we're going to run into in the morning. Then I'm doing an e-estate presentation at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. So you guys can have a head start if you're brand new and you want to invite people. And this morning on Crypto Talk, I showed you guys what to say. So use that and then invite for tomorrow morning at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, and then we will be back for the 5-day challenge at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, where we will be talking about what is the blockchain. And I'll allow one more before I go because I want to eat some dinner. So, Michael Aluko, what do you
Yeah,
got,
hello.
sir?
Yeah, this is for the coin. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
No, I'm talking to the coin now, not
Oh, this is
you,
for Marnita. Go ahead, Marnita.
I'm
Manita.
listening. Uh-oh, Michael,
Well,
hold on
well,
now.
I DM you for the past 2 or 3 days. I'm still waiting an
Yes.
answer. Please check
You
your
know what?
DM.
Check your messages. Wait a minute. I didn't send it. Michael, you and I are going to link up together. I saw the question you sent me, and I'll be more than happy to take some time to show you how I do that. Michael
Okay.
basically was asking, how do you copy and paste posts onto Facebook?
Mm.
And so I thought that was a wonderful question. Thank you, Doreen. I love you. Thank you. And I thought that was a wonderful question. So, Michael, you and I will get together. Please send me a private message with 2 days and 2 times that's good for you. And then I'll let you know which one we can link up. Okay.
Can you repeat that again? Message?
Send me, yes, baby, send me a private message and give me 2 days with 2 different times that I can choose from. And then you and I
Okay.
can link up and I'll show you how to do that. Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're
All
welcome,
right,
baby.
thank you, Michael. Oh, and also, please don't forget, if you can, put it in your heart to vote for me for the Entrepreneurship of Impact. That you can. Just voting for the next 10 days and share with your friends and family. They can vote for me as well. All right, with that, thank you guys for being here. I will see you guys tomorrow morning for Inner Circle Crypto Talk.
Okay,
Brandon.
wait,
Yep,
Mr. Ivy.
yep.
I'm so sorry. Kenny, that is a good idea. Okay, how about this? I will turn it into a class. We'll turn it into a quick session. So what I'll do is I'll choose a time next week and we will get together for about 30-40 minutes and I will show you guys how to copy and paste things on Facebook and then how to take the banners and everything that we have in our Telegram group and be able to transfer that over to Facebook and to Instagram and places like that. Okay. So I'll definitely put that together for you guys. No problem.
All right, all right. All right, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I hope